Ever try going for a long walk with an incredibly heavy, overstuffed backpack? At first, it's annoying, but soon every step feels like a chore. That weight slowly drains your energy. Your knees start to wobble, your back aches, and you spend the whole trip stressed out, just trying to keep the bag balanced so you don't drop it. Lugging around a massive, useless burden like that only exhausts you. It really forces you to ask a simple question. What are you choosing to carry? Thousands of years ago, the ancient city of Babylon had a similar problem. They built grand, towering walls and prided themselves on their wealth. But they had a major flaw. They made heavy statues out of gold and silver to worship as gods. And of course, being chunks of metal, those statues couldn't move an inch on their own. The biblical book of Isaiah points out exactly how absurd this was. Whenever the Babylonians needed to move their metal gods, they had to lift them up and load them onto the backs of tired, groaning donkeys. Think about the logic there for a second. If you are the one who has to lift your god, move it around, and protect it from falling, is it really powerful at all? A god you have to carry isn't going to rescue you. It's just one more exhausting burden weighing you down. Then, the text offers a totally different perspective. The God of Israel speaks up and makes a fascinating declaration. He says he has upheld his people from the very moment they were born, and he absolutely refuses to be carried by anyone. Instead of demanding heavy lifting from his followers, God takes on the weight himself. He says, "I have made you, and I will carry you." And that promise doesn't expire. He tells them that even into their old age, when their hair goes gray, he will be the one sustaining them and rescuing them. He handles the heavy lifting. It's a massive difference in how you live your life. Fake idols demand your energy so you can carry them. The true God offers his strength to carry you. But Babylon didn't see it that way. In the next chapter, Isaiah describes the city like a proud playground bully. Babylon boasted, "I am the eternal queen," fully believing she was completely invincible. To maintain that control, they relied heavily on magic spells and paid stargazers to guess what the future held. The God of Israel, on the other hand, had the actual power to know the end right from the beginning. This image shows the deep, excavated trenches of the city's ruins. All of Babylon's spells and astrology did absolutely nothing to prevent their sudden and total collapse. The text describes a humiliating reality for the former queen city. Instead of sitting comfortably on a throne, Babylon is told to get down in the dust and grind flour by hand, doing the hardest, most exhausting manual labor imaginable. Arrogance and magic offer zero protection against a God who actually holds the future. Now, you might think God's people, the Israelites, were perfect models of behavior. But as we move into chapter 48, we see they made plenty of their own mistakes. God offers a critique that is almost humorous, but very stern. He tells them they were so intensely stubborn that it was like they had muscles of iron in their necks, completely unable to bend or listen. Because of that stubbornness, God had to refine them. He calls it the furnace of affliction. But it wasn't out of anger. It was like a loving parent who disciplines a child to make them stronger and teach them what is actually best for them. This kind of care involves more than providing a ride. It means correcting a child who is heading the wrong way so they can actually find the right path. When people do drop that stubbornness and pay attention to his commands, God promises an incredible reward: deep, lasting peace. The biblical text uses vivid, beautiful imagery to describe this. It says your well-being would be like the waves of the sea, powerful, endless, and continuously rolling in. Yielding to God's direction takes that heavy, exhausting burden of life off your back and replaces it with an unstoppable flow of peace. That's why God gives his people an exciting final command. He tells them to pack up and flee from the ruined city of Babylon, not in fear, but with literal shouts of joy. They could trust him to lead them out safely because they remembered the impossible miracles he had already performed for them in the past. Like the time they were stranded without anything to drink, and he split a solid rock in the desert, causing fresh water to gush out and quench their thirst. You never have to carry the creator of the universe. He knows you, he forgives your stubbornness, and he promises to carry you all the way to freedom.